Yo, what's up guys? It's Noah here. And in today's video, going to be talking through a couple player props I like on Prizepicks for tonight's NBA slate on Tuesday, March the 19th. We've got a little bit of a smaller slate tonight. I think it's only 5 games, so not the biggest slate. Not as many props to like on a smaller slate like this. Just going to give out 2 picks in this video. But as always, we're going to talk through each one of the 2 picks that I do like for today, kind of taking a first look at the board on Tuesday morning. We'll break down why I like each one of these plays. Before we do get started though, as always, if you guys do enjoy these Prizepicks videos, if they do help you out, make sure you hit that like button down below. Really appreciate the likes, guys. Hit that subscribe button if you have not yet. And if you guys are new to Prizepicks and if you don't have an account over on Prizepicks, you can sign up, linked down below in the description, or just use that promo code NOAH when you sign up for Prizepicks and get your first deposit matched up to $100. And I do also want to shout out Sleeper because we do have a partnership with Sleeper as well. You guys can sign up for Sleeper, link down below in the description, or again, just use that promo code NOAH over on Sleeper and you'll get your first deposit matched up to $500. Now, if you don't know what Sleeper is, they are a DFS pick'em app, similar to Prizepicks, similar to all the other DFS pick'em apps you see around the industry. You build out an entry, you pick over or under on player projections. You can make up to an 8-pick entry on Sleeper. You can win up to 100x your money. And Sleeper does do a lot of promotions, a lot of discounts throughout the week. They give out free squares to all new users. So if you don't have an account on Sleeper, when you sign up, make a deposit and use that code NOAH, you'll automatically get a free square added to your account that you can use towards any entry. You can mix it with any other sports you like. Sleeper, they offer a lot of the major sports like NBA, NFL, MLB, which I believe the regular season for MLB does start tomorrow. Tomorrow morning, actually. There's a game in Korea tomorrow morning. So check out Sleeper, guys. Use that code NOAH. When you sign up, get your first deposit matched up to $500. But yeah, we got 2 picks for Tuesday, guys. I do want to recap the 3 plays that we gave out in Monday's video before we talk through today's plays. So we hit 2 out of the 3 picks that we gave out Monday. We did hit on Tyrese Halliburton over 10.5 assists. Halliburton had a good assist game. I think he finished with 12 assists. He had 6 assists in the first quarter, and then he didn't get any in the second quarter. He actually went to the locker room. So it was looking kind of scary. Wasn't sure if Halliburton was going to be able to return to the game, but he wound up starting the second half. Went over his assist prop, thankfully. And then we did hit on Josh Hart over 26.5 PRA. I did not watch that Knicks game last night. I actually fell asleep. I didn't watch any of the late night games, but I woke up in the morning, checked the box score, and saw that Josh Hart literally played the entire game yesterday, which honestly is not surprising. He played the full 48 minutes. I think he had a triple-double, went over 26.5 PRA. So we hit both those plays, but unfortunately, Lauri Markkanen under 7.5 rebounds did not hit. Markkanen had a big rebound game. He had 12 rebounds. I kind of regret that play, but in the end, I'll take the L for it. Rudy Gobert did wind up getting ruled out yesterday, and after Gobert got ruled out, I felt like it became a lot easier matchup for Markkanen in terms of a rebounding perspective. I don't think Markkanen played a ton of minutes yesterday. I probably should. I'm going to look that up real quick. I don't think he played a ton of minutes. Let's see. He played 31 minutes, which is not quite his full minutes, but he had 12 rebounds. He had I want to say he had 3 rebounds on the first 2 or 3 minutes of the game, so it was already looking pretty sweaty right out of the gate. I'll take the L on that Markkanen under. It is what it is, man. But we still hit 2 out of the 3 plays that we did give out on Monday. Over our last 6 picks we've given out on this YouTube channel, we've hit 5 out of our last 6 picks, individual picks. So been rolling lately. Let's try and keep it going into this Monday slate. So let's talk through the picks, guys, that I do like for Monday. Again, just 2 plays today. It's a smaller slate, so just going to roll with 2 picks here. First play I'm liking for today, we're going to be looking at Victor Wembanyama. We're going to be looking at his points prop of 23.5, and I like the over here for Wemby, more than 23.5 points. So, Wemby, if you look at his recent games lately, he's had some low-scoring games. He's also had some bigger scoring games. Only had 10 points against Houston in a relatively tough matchup. Houston, really good defensive team. Had 27 points against Golden State, and then he played Houston again, really struggled, only 13 points. Had a really tough matchup against Denver, another good defensive team, only had 17 points, and then bounced back with a big game last game against Brooklyn, had 33 points. Last game did go to overtime, but I think Wemby still had gone over his points prop even before the game went to overtime. Well, now Wemby gets another really good matchup here against Dallas. Dallas this season defensively, they have not really been a great defensive team. They're bottom 10 in defensive rating. And Dallas this season has also been playing at a faster pace. We've known the Mavericks to be kind of a slow-paced team. They've kind of been like a slow-paced team ever since they've gotten Luka. Well, now they've really been pushing the pace. Dallas actually ranks top 10 in pace this season. So this game should be played at a fast pace. The Spurs, they've always been a fast-paced team. They're playing at a top 3 pace this season. This game does have a relatively high total, I do believe. It's got a 233.5 total right now. So this is expected to be kind of a higher scoring game. It does have an 8.5 point spread, which is a little bit worrisome. But the Spurs are playing at home. I think with the Spurs playing at home, that makes it a little bit more likely the game stays competitive. And in competitive games lately, Wemby's been playing like over 30 minutes consistently. He's played over 30 minutes now in, 8 straight games? Yeah, 8 straight games of 30-plus minutes. He did play 36 minutes last game, but again, that's because the game went to overtime. If this game, is competitive, no foul trouble for Wemby, he's probably going to play about 30 to 32 minutes. When he plays 30-plus minutes, he should have a pretty good chance of scoring 24 points. We know that Wemby is going to have a big role when he's on the floor. We know the offense is going to run through Wemby. This season, he's got a usage rate over 30%. If you look at his shot volume, I mean, he's going to take a ton of shots. We know that. 26 shot attempts last game against Brooklyn. Only had 12 shot attempts against Denver, 12 against Houston, but had 25 against Golden State. Before his last 5 games, he had 17 against Indy, 17 against OKC. So, the volume is consistently there for Wemby. The matchup is really good against Dallas, who, like I said, bottom 10 in defensive rating, playing at a top 10 pace. Dallas also this season has been a team that's given up a lot of points in the paint. Now, Wemby is a player that can score kind of from everywhere. He's a good three-point shooter. He'll shoot threes. He's got a good jump shot. But obviously, with how big he is, when he's around the rim, that's when he's really effective. That's when he's That's when he's the most unguardable, is when he's near the rim, because he's too big. You just can't guard him around the basket. And Dallas this season, they've been giving up a lot of points in the paint. They're bottom 10 in terms of limiting points in the paint. So really, I feel like a lot of boxes are checked here for Wemby. Dallas also top 5 in points allowed to centers. And I believe this season, these teams have already played once this season. Last time they played on February 14th, Wemby only played 27 minutes. The game was a blowout, but he still had 26 points in only 27 minutes. And I think that's the only time they've played this season. I'm looking through his game log right now, but I'm pretty sure Dallas and San Antonio have only played once this season. So it looks like they've only played once this season. Or no, they actually played the beginning of the season. Hard to really say that, hard to say if that really means much though. I mean, he did have 15 points, but he only played 23 minutes. It was the first game of the season. But yeah, last time these teams played on February 14th in a blowout, Wemby played 27 minutes and still had 26 points. I like the matchup a lot here for Wemby. I like this game environment. I think this game definitely can be higher scoring. If it's competitive, we should see Wemby play 30-plus minutes. When he's played 30-plus minutes this season, I want to say he's gotten 24 points or more in a large majority of his games this season when playing 30-plus minutes. So like this spot a lot for Wemby. Like his chance of scoring 24 points here. And DA Sportsbook right now, they like the over on this Wembanyama prop as well. Minus 130, DA Sportsbook favoring the over on 23.5 points for Wemby. So it's the first prop I like for tonight, guys. Next prop I like, going to be another points prop. We're going to be looking at Rudy Gobert, 14.5 points. We're actually going to be taking the under here, so less than 14.5 points for Gobert. Now, Gobert was questionable last night, did not play, so we'll have to see if he plays today. Obviously, if Gobert doesn't play, then this entry will just be refunded. If you play this as a 2-pick entry on Prizepicks and Gobert doesn't play, then it'll just be a refund. But if Gobert does play, I don't really like this matchup much for him, going up against Denver, going up against Jokic. Gobert, he has had his struggles in the past against Jokic since these teams have played. Gobert has faced Denver 3 times since he's been with Minnesota, and he's not really been able to score much against Jokic. When they played on last season, or they played 3 times last season, he had 8 points in 27 minutes, he had 0 points in 19 minutes, and then he had 4 points in 32 minutes. Now, it is worth noting that Karl-Anthony Towns is out right now, and without Karl-Anthony Towns, obviously Rudy Gobert does get a boost, but he doesn't get a huge boost from a scoring perspective. It's more so his rebounding that really sees a big spike with Towns off the floor. If you look at the 5 games Gobert has played without Towns this season, he has still gone under this points prop in 3 out of those 5 games. And the 2 games he went over were pretty good matchups against Sacramento and against Indy. The games he went under, he had 13 points in 39 minutes against San Antonio. He had 7 points in 37 minutes against Cleveland, and he had 8 points in 33 minutes against the Clippers. Jokic, he's a relatively good defender. He's good at protecting the paint. Denver this season, in terms of points allowed in the paint, I think they've kind of just been like a middle of the pack team in terms of points allowed in the paint. Gobert is a player that doesn't have a ton of offensive game. A lot of Gobert's scoring comes from putbacks, from dunks, from his teammates setting him up. Like, Gobert is obviously he's not taking many jump shots. He's not driving to the basket. When he scores, it's from pick and roll, lobs, putbacks, stuff like that. And Denver, they've done a relatively good job limiting that stuff. Gobert has had his struggles in the past against Jokic. And if Gobert is going to be tasked with guarding Jokic here, that's going to bring some foul trouble risk. I want to say the game where Gobert played 19 minutes against Denver last season was because he was in foul trouble, I think. So there's definitely foul trouble risk here for Gobert. There's just a lot of things working against Gobert here. Plus, Minnesota's on the second night of a back-to-back. Maybe they come out a little bit flat in this game. Maybe they come out a little bit tired. I want to say this game is being played in Denver. Or no, it's in Minnesota. But even with this game being in Minnesota, it's still a 7.5 point spread. So I think there's enough things working against Gobert here for me to take this under 14.5 points. And right now, DK Sportsbook, and really a lot of the sportsbooks I look at, Pinnacle as well, they have this line currently set at 13.5. Now, they do have it juiced towards the over on 13.5, but on Prizepicks, we're getting his line at 14.5, which is why I like taking the under on Prizepicks. I don't think I would take the under on 13.5 points if you find that anywhere. I would definitely try and play it on Prizepicks where the line is inflated at 14.5. So that's what I'm liking for tonight, guys. 2 plays. Again, it's a smaller slate. Didn't want to go crazy today. Just decided to give out 2 picks. I'm sure we'll have more games tomorrow. There'll be more props to like then. But this is what I'm liking for Tuesday slate. If you guys are going to tail me on these 2 picks, let's hopefully hit both these plays tonight, make some money. As always, I do appreciate you guys watching these Prizepicks videos and supporting the Prizepicks content. Hit that like button down below if you did enjoy. Make sure to hit that subscribe button if you have not yet. And again, guys, if you don't have an account on Prizepicks, sign up for Prizepicks, linked down below in the description, or just use that promo code NOAH. When you sign up for Prizepicks, get your first deposit matched up to $100. But good luck, guys. Thanks for watching as always. We'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.